shake it up like in the shots, take it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
Sub low, dance low, watch it flow on the floor. Ride the wave, music crave, beat so tight, vibe feels right. Sub low, dance low, watch it flow on the floor. Ride the wave, music crave, beat so tight, vibe feels right.
Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
Flow, give me more, people stomping, bass stomping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around. Shake the floor, give me more, people stomping, bass stomping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around.
Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop. Booty drop, the ground, turn around, music pop and killer sound, limit drop, soda pop, on the move, bass drop, take a shot, hit the spot, hit the ground, turn around, music pop and killer sounds, make it smooth, let it pop. Hit the ground, turn around, music pop and killer sound, limit drop, soda pop, on the move, bass drop, take a shot, hit the spot, hit the ground, turn around, music pop and killer sounds, make it smooth, let it pop. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
Bass drops, body rock, shake it up like any shots. Ride the wave, music crave, it's so tight, vibe feels right. Sub low, dance low, watch it flow on the floor. Ride the wave, music crave, beat so tight, vibe feels right.
Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
Flow, give me more, keep it stomping, bass is pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around. Shake the flow, give me more, keep it stomping, bass is pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around.
Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
Flow, give me more, keep it stomping, bass is pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around. Shake the flow, give me more, keep it stomping, bass is pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around.
Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Shake the flow, give me more, people stomping, bass pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around. Shake the flow, give me more, people stomping, bass pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Bass drop, slow you rock, shake it up like in the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
Hey Stephanie, look, this lady been coming in here every fucking day saying something ignorant. They funny, they trolls. Like we ain't been there before. Maybe I should just keep your comment on the screen because you think it bothers me. Dumb. Okay, so Tiffany just did an amazing interview with Ziggy, I think. I don't want to comment on it tonight. I want to let it sit and saturate for a little bit. I asked some questions, sent some super chats in order, joined a membership because I wanted to make sure my questions were answered tonight. I know, right? Crazy. People like don't even know what my live's about and they gotta come in here and start shit, you know? The hell's wrong with people? Um, anyways, we're just gonna let Tiffany saturate for 24 hours and her get the views she's well deserved to get. And I think she did a amazing job getting Fred to recant everything from June 15th. I found some discrepancies. It cleared some things up for me. I just kind of want to let it sit and soak and listen to it again and go back and listen to some Ziggy content. It did bother me a little bit that I was able to ask the question with the super chat about Jamie Cox. And Fred didn't answer the question. However, he did comment on Jamie, but we'll save that for another day. Today, what I think I'm going to go over a little bit of, and I'm not going to stay on more than an hour or two because I'm kind of tired tonight and really didn't even want to cover anything because it's been quite the day listening to Ryan and Ziggy and trying to figure out why Jankies took a live down that Ryan's commenting on it. Ziggy's so fucking pissed off about. So we're going to go over this because I think it is important going back and re-listening to Ziggy, re-listen to the Bill Shipley content. Hold on a minute, guys. Okay, sorry guys, my husband's getting ready to run up to the store. We got a boil water advisory. And I've been drinking the water all day and wondering why my stomach's hurting. So there's that because I'm late to tune into the local news. Hey, Paula. But yeah, so, anyways, it's just been a really big day of content. And I'm kind of exhausted from watching. I've been sitting on my ass all day, just sitting here. My daughter gave me a recipe for these sandwiches and with sun-dried tomatoes and pesto sauce. They were so fucking good. We had for dinner. Um, it's about the extent of my day and it's exhausting me. Okay, so we're gonna turn some Ziggy on here and we're gonna listen to her re-listening to Kelly Shipley. There's a couple things in here that are. I know in the past they said maybe we shouldn't worry about Bill Shipley, but after re-listening to this last night, knowing everything we know now, I think it is important, and I think that um, some of the accusations that this lady made on Ziggy's panel are scary. Like they took Summer by gunpoint because Bill Shipley wasn't paid by Don Wells from his job. And what concerns me about that is this. Dudley says Don didn't pay him neither. Is this something that Don did often? Could there be a disgruntled employee other than Dudley? Because Don ripped somebody off? You made enchiladas? Oh, I haven't had those homemade in so long. I need to make some of those soon. But all right, so let's give this a listen because I think it's worth listening to and listening to Ziggy because Ziggy left a lot of stuff out back then. And Fred fills some blanks in with Ziggy saying Fred never heard this before. So Fred makes some comments, and I think they're worth the listen. Let me make sure I got it on the right speed. Okay. Turned up. Let's roll.
Hey, everybody. I was thinking about playing a song while we were waiting on some people to come in, but
Oh, Paula, my heart bleeds for you, honey. I'm so sorry. I'll keep you in my prayers. All right? Big hug, sweetie. Hey, Jamie, Bella, Avian, Stephanie, Teresa, my neutral that comes in every day just to bother me. Aw, Paula, I'm so sorry, honey. I really am. You are in here. You're a great supporter, and I hate to see any of my subs going through something so heartbreaking. If you need to talk, you can reach out to me on Facebook or my email, ctsims2003 at gmail.com. Although I gotta say, a couple people told me they sent me emails, and I'm really, really fucking bad at emailing. You're better to catch me on Facebook. I haven't opened my emails in weeks and I need to get to it. So if I haven't gotten to your email, I apologize. All right, let's get to this.
I have a little bit of a headache and it's making me a little nauseous. So, but you guys, I could not continue to see this narrative that's going around and not say anything or not do like a recap. So, I don't know if anybody will actually be here, but I feel like we need to recover this live.
Jamie, 100%. I'll keep your mother-in-law in my prayers too. Wow, second time in the last month. Is she an older woman? That's hard when they get older. My grandma was crossing the street, and before she passed away a few years, she was hit by a car and she never recovered. So it's hard when you have an accident like that with an older person in your family. You're in my prayers, honey. Okay.
Right here from January 17th, 2024. Now going on almost 2 years. Kelly bravely came out and told us her story about her experience with Wild Bill, aka Bill Shipley, that everybody's praising right now. Unfortunately, me and Kelly had, I guess, a falling out. I didn't know we did, but next thing I know, she was like hanging out with the haters. But that's not what this is all about. I think honestly, she's scared of this guy, and she doesn't want him coming after her. I really.
Okay, well, we have heard that Bill Shipley and Kelly Million, whatever her name is, that Ziggy called her, um, is back with Bill Shipley. That they are back together today. That's probably why she quit talking to Ziggy. Ziggy has reported on her a few times over the years. It's not like she hasn't been revisited before, but it is odd she went back to Bill Shipley after making these claims, in my opinion.
Truly believe that's what that was all about, and that she wanted to blame her appearance on my show on me and everything. She just wanted to put all the blame on me so that Bill would come after me and not her. And that's fine. I'll be the freaking punching bag. I am. Everybody else is punching me in front, or everybody else is punching bags and scapegoats. So, I'm used to it. But you guys, one thing we do over here that these other people don't do, like Nana for Life and Ryan Finds Truth, I show receipts of where I get this information. I have screenshots from before you guys, or before Bill like wiped Facebook clean. This live right here is full of information, and she tells these scary stories about Bill, and I think we need to listen to it, and we need to look at these screenshots again, and people need to see who Nanna for Life is aligning herself with and who these other people are aligning themselves with, and why, what would be their motive for trying to paint Fred into this horrible monster, but yet we're going to hang out with people like this who have clear, obvious, like red flags, and there's all kinds of proof of that all over the place of victims of theirs and proof of them talking like they do on social media and then talking about children and stuff and just the horror, like plenty of victims. But we don't see that with Fred. We don't see any evidence of that. So they have to make up shit and they don't show any type of like receipts. So Nanna for Life, so what had happened is this is why I don't watch YouTube. But it kind of started by an accident that I started watching Jody Sue, okay? Tonight. And she was kind of being like kind of funny and honestly like making a little bit.
I haven't seen Jody Sue live in days. I was live last night while Ziggy did this live. And I don't know that Jody Sue didn't go live and then private it like she does sometimes. So if anybody's seen Jody Sue live last night, can you please let me know? Fred makes himself look guilty. He does, Stephanie. He does. However, keep in mind the possibility that this could have been a setup and Fred just may know more than you think he does when it comes to his siblings, in my opinion. I find his siblings odd. I find a lot of things odd about Ziggy. Could they be coincidence? Yeah, the psychic shit is odd. Story changes with Fred is odd. We have new searches going out for summer. Fred is clearing up a little more information, especially tonight on Tiffany. A little bit with this, the way he's been talking a little more lately. I guess I don't understand why Nanna for Life won't tell what she knows about Candace. Yeah, see, I don't know much about Nanna. I didn't follow Nanna, but around Christmas time, there was some kind of issue between Nanna Ryan and Dawn Wells at the tree lighting ceremony. Nanna has been very vocal with Jankies lately, and Jankies, in my opinion, has been extremely sneaky. Apparently, Nanna was on Jankies' panel 2-3 nights ago, and Jankies put it private. Ryan came live with it, even though the live isn't up. I had left Jankies in a members only video. Funny enough about Ernie. A comment to please put the live back up because I don't think it's fair that we only see half of the story and not the whole thing. And to me, it's like they're hiding something. Yeah, that was a good live Tiffany had today. I agree. Yes, Nanna for Life is a local. And she's been screwing with Jody since pretty much the beginning of this case, Jody says. I guess Jody didn't know who she was, and then when she seen her face, it floored Jody or something. Just a lot of odd shit. Apparently, she owns a camping ground, too, according to Ryan. Which, in my opinion, I have questions about. What camping ground? Because was it the camping ground that Jamie Wilson did his little thing that he got kicked out of at by the horse pond? Then I have a lot of fucking questions for Nanna, 100 fucking percent if that's the campground. But I'm curious to know which campground it is. All right.
bit of sense, and she wasn't talking shit about me at the time, so I was listening.
You guys just listen for a minute because I took my medicine really late today and I have to run to the bathroom. I'll only be a minute.
And I have a similar disdain for the same people she was talking about, like Gavel Geeks, Nanna for Life, Ryan, all those who are, you know, like, you guys should start seeing who these people are aligning with, and it should like start painting you guys a picture of what is going on and the manipulation that is going on behind the scenes to make certain people like Fred the scapegoat and turn like the attention away from certain other things. And how does this is I was listening to Judy Sue when she started reviewing, I guess, a live that Ryan had last night. And I guess Nanna for Life decides to come on to panel, and this is what happens. This is the part I hear and I immediately like turn it off. Like, I couldn't hear anymore. I'm not going to sit here and review Ryan's like live. I almost thought about it, but like, I don't want to get pissed off. I have a freaking headache. So I thought we would make much better use of our time reviewing my old live and what Kelly said 2 years ago about this character, and showed documented proof, something that these people do not do when they sit there and slander and talk shit. So they're sitting here saying, listen to this. This is what upset me when it got to this part, you know.
I think that's what makes people the angriest, is that we have done good stuff. I don't think they understand that we're capable of changing our mind about people and about how we
Unless
feel
it's
about
Fred,
things.
right?
Like, there's, you know, if you
Because
had
he's
just
your
taken
scapegoat.
what Ziggy,
Fred's your scapegoat. You can sit here and say horrible things about Fred and how Fred's a liar, but you show zero proof of that. You show zero history of the type of stuff that you guys say. Ryan's over there acting like this know-it-all because he's talking to fucking the Hill family behind the scenes, and because he's fucking annoying the hell out of them, trying to get info out of them and create this narrative. He knows he's talked to people who gave him information that he's never came across anything that anybody is going to say bad about Fred or have any type of proof about Fred. People are mad because they're trying to paint a narrative. There's a whole load of them over that yonder, not over here, that are trying to paint a narrative and yeah, distract. So now they've got this Bill character, this wild Bill character that they have coming around the community, that sent me so many death threats that's unreal. Sent other people death threats. It's all over freaking Facebook. We've showed it in this previous live, his behaviors and the stories like Kelly had on him with proof, text messages and shit he said to her, threats, like, it's right there. We have nothing like that about Fred, do we, guys? You could say what you want, but you all guys are just talk, and zero proof. And I'm tired of this narrative. I wish they would stop using Summer Wells and other people's, like, Ryan has freaking tried every freaking thing in the book in order to try to make it big on YouTube. It's evidenced by his buying of views, his making of these other various channels, like these different avenues. He started with, Hikes for David. That was his channel name. Well, thank you, Kathy. Thank you guys for being here. You know, when I get on rants, it's best I just like let it go, like as far as just talk, so I don't get distracted, because you know how I am. So, sounds like Ziggy. What's that supposed to mean? Yup. Like, you can't get our names out of your fucking mouth, you two clowns. Like, seriously. And all those people that you surround yourself with, the whole group of you. You can't stop. Like, I'm over here minding my business. And these people are still trying to paint this fucking narrative. And listen, and got this Wild Bill character who has clearly proven himself to be a freaking psychopath. Everybody's evidenced that. Everybody's seen it with their own eyes. Now they're trying to repaint a history. They're all words. There's zero freaking proof of anything they freaking say ever.
I think that's what makes people the angriest, is that we have done good stuff. I don't think they understand that.
Are you saying, okay, we've done good stuff too? I can accept you've done good stuff in your life and you guys have done good things, but that does not erase the bullshit you've tried to cause in me and Fred's lives on purpose. And in turn, that ultimately affects you bring it to it's the Summer Wells community.
Changing our mind about people and about how we feel about things. Like if you had just taken what Ziggy and Fred had said about Crazy Bill, you would think he was horrible.
I did. I was scared.
Yeah.
You're a fucking.
And he's not like what they said.
No.
Now he may have a past, but we all have a past.
Okay. So what's your problem with Fred then? Because I will tell you, Bill Shipley's past is way worse than Fred's, and you know it. And it's scary, and his behavior continues. It's not just his past.
I actually think the fight started, Paula and Jamie, between Ryan and Dawn. Chill Bill involved himself and calmed it down. I covered it a few times. We could watch the tree lighting ceremony again. I don't care for that. I don't care for Ryan either, Paula. I think that he's a grifter. I think he came out here collecting. I think Ziggy is right when she talks about he came to her, wanted information from Fred, wanted to get into jail. When he couldn't get into jail, he was pissed off and he turned on Ziggy. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but something that bothers me is that his wife, Jennifer, plainly stated that she took a Donna Serafina class in one of their lives, and Ziggy's so close to Donna. So I can't tell whether this is fake or if it's real, much like the 6-Up. You know what, guys? Let me go real quick. I wasn't going to cover this tonight, but I'm going to go to my history real quick. Let me go see if I can find this video that I seen the other day. Since truly I'm really in the mood for the subject for anything, we can switch up to anything you guys want to talk about. But I seen something I hadn't seen on Green Eyes channel before, and something I hadn't heard before. Do the shorts come up in our history? There it is. And I'd like to ask Ziggy about this because I don't know if Green Eyes replied to me. Let me see. He did not. I haven't seen Green Eyes too much lately, and I'm worried about him. But let me share this with you.
You know why I call Green Eyes? I call Green Eyes because Green Eyes constantly was calling and disturbing me. So I figured, you know what? You want to disturb PG? Well, you know what? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? So I'll tell you what, PG started calling old Green Eyes, which was Ziggy's old man Jim. And I'm tell you what, I was giving it back to him to the point he actually started to like me. As Guy started to like me. And he let a lot of information out that PG just didn't ever talk about.
I've been friends with Green Eyes for at least 3 of the 4.5 years in Summer's case. I've spoken to Green Eyes on the phone. I was even recently, a couple months back, going to go visit Green Eyes because I don't have no fear of him. Something Green Eyes has always told me. He has always said there's somebody out here impersonating him. Now, it was him the night in the phone call with Jody Sue where he was trolling her. He was laughing with me in Messenger. I didn't really want him to do, but he did it. I probably evilly at the time, wrongly, thought it was a little funny. But people really started digging. Jody kept muting and I couldn't hear what was said. However, there's been other strange videos of a man named Green Eyes that has come out here and pretended to be Green Eyes. Now, Green Eyes has said this several times. He's been accused of things that are not him. He'll tell you when he's done something. I literally have had video conversation with this man. He's a redheaded dude, little bit country, has a beautiful home in one of the Carolinas. I won't tell you which one. It's not up to me to dox him. I do believe him when he says there was somebody out here impersonating him. We never met Jim. We never spoke to Jim. Has anybody seen an obituary for Jim? We heard he had daughters that come just in chat. I'm sorry. Hold on, I accidentally hit my monitor off. But for me, this is concerning as fuck.
Why I call Green Eyes? I call Green Eyes because Green Eyes constantly was calling and disturbing me. So I figured, you know what? You want to disturb PG? Well, you know what? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Yeah. So I'll tell you what, PG started calling old Green Eyes, which was Ziggy's old man Jim. And I'm tell you what, I was giving it back to him to the point he actually started to like me. As Guy started to like me. And, he let a lot of information out that PG just didn't ever talk about. I didn't talk about it, Yeah. I didn't,
Green Eyes, wasn't that the guy who was always doing something with Jody Sue and this? Is it this Green Eyes?
I don't know. The Green Eyes is on Jody Sue.
Did Ziggy know about
you want to know why I call Green Eyes? I call Green Eyes because Green Eyes constantly was calling and disturbing me. So I figured, you know what? You want to disturb PG? Well, you know what? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Yeah. So I'll tell you what, PG started calling old Green Eyes, which was Ziggy's old man Jim.
Gordon, if you hear this, I would like for you to respond and further elaborate on this. All right. Back to Ziggy. Hubby just came in. He's trying to tell me something, and I can't be live and talk to him, so I'm just going to let the video play. I'll be right back.
Is continuing now into the present and still in the future. I've seen no change. So what the fuck are you talking about? You're trying to change reality. Why are you championing? And that's why I guess the champion shirt. Why are you freaking championing for these freaking losers? I choose to be a champion. You guys are fucking losers. And that's who you surround yourself with. And I'm about to show you guys proof. She's going to visit what? Oh no, what's that mean? WM. Walmart. We're about to show you guys proof of this. It's not me trying to paint Bill a certain way. It's how his behavior is. We've seen it ourselves with our eyes. Why are you guys trying to manipulate our people's reality, what we see for our own eyes? Like you're totally trying to manipulate things and gaslight people. We're about to see the proof. Here we go. Let's hear what Kelly has to say about Bill. And then we're also going to see evidence of this with screenshots like this right here. Fuck this, fuck that. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to, horrible stuff. And this guy's behavior, he sends me messages all the time of very hateful shit. Like he's, I'm going to get like basically threatening me, but yet has not changed. It's still obviously, he hasn't changed. I don't know what he's using or not. I don't know, but he was just crashing out in somebody's live stream in the comments just a couple days ago, and they had to fucking delete it because probably why are they deleting it? Because they're painting a narrative. They want to paint Fred like that. They don't want.
This guy does have a worse past than Fred. But Ziggy, one of the things that bothers me is that you're saying they're painting a narrative. Well, you've done the same. You've married a suspect in the case, and this isn't an attack. But you get on here and you've said Andy Bernard is in the road. We have no proof of that. That's a narrative, honey. That's pushing a narrative. The whole Andy Bernard thing is pushing a narrative. Now, I agree with you that we're all narrative pushers, right? However, the things she's about to read that this man has said to his wife with proof. This Kelly lady sent this shit to Ziggy. It's scary. He's a scary man, and he does have a scary past, one bigger than Fred's. Fred's only been to jail a total of 2, 3, maybe 4 times. This man has spent lengthy amounts of time in jail, going to jail, in and out of jail. Domestic violence, things of that nature. And the things that this woman says that this man has done, especially concerning Summer Wells' case, is sickening. It really is fucking sickening. Looking back at this and re-listening to it, I don't think I remembered it quite as I remember it now, maybe because I was looking at things differently then. But however, listening to this, it's shocking. Why would this lady get on here and go on Ziggy's panel and say that Dawn was held at Pew Point until and took Summer by the hand until Dawn paid him? Well, then what is this? The community of people could just walk up on somebody's fucking property and grab their child and say, pay me or I kill you? Is this real? And if it is, why isn't Nanna for Life questioning this? Yeah, extremely.
That side to look like the truth. And it's just, that's why I'm so over everything. And when it comes to this community, because people are wanting to like repaint history. He was not happy that I brought him up, and I can't remember what it is. I was wondering. I think I was wondering if he was the Billy that Hunter was talking about. Do you know if Bill, if he was close to Dawn or Candace Wells or Grandis, who we call Grandis? I'm going to fast forward to the good.
He told me that he worked for Dawn for just a short time. And him and a cousin of his. And, but it seemed like he knew them at least fairly well.
Yeah. Did he say the cousin's name that worked for him? You don't have to say the last name if you don't want to. I'm just curious if.
It was Steve. They both lived close to Dawn, so it was easy.
Steve, I'm trying to think. I'll ask you in private because I'm just curious. I know Steve's not coming to my mind right this second. Sure he'll come in and comment on. Yeah, and you guys, I don't think he's ever heard this. And I will ask her anything. What was that? Were you going to say something?
I was just going to say that that Steve's, he's a pretty quiet, private person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he was recently. I tried to get you on earlier. Well, late last year, I think. I don't know exactly when it was, but he was. We didn't know, or you didn't know really, if it would be safe because he had been sending you like death threats, and this is also sending you death threats. Shipley, guys, this is Nanna for Life's bestie. He still continues this behavior. He's not changed. He's sending me the same type of same messages. Just a month or two ago, he's the same person. He was just crashing out in somebody's live stream in the comments. That wouldn't be ever Fred. You'll never find Fred doing that ever. I've never once seen him do that shit. Why are you mad, bro? Or something? I don't know. Threats, not death threats, but just threats. And I so who's Brittany in these text messages? Is that his ex-wife's daughter? I pleaded the fifth.
Yeah.
So when it comes to his daughter Brittany, a couple questions I have is one, her last name's Lane. Just something I'd point out. But two, I think somebody should talk to her. Because if this guy's running around with Nanna for life and they think that he unalived his ex-wife, I have more questions. They said it was blunt force trauma to her chest, Ziggy reads. So my questions would be, was this considered, I don't know if Ziggy answers it, I can't remember in this live, but is it considered an open investigation? Or are they investigating this? I mean, is he a suspect? You hear what his children say on Facebook, which to me is worrisome. I think somebody should. I no longer do the Facebook reaching out to people thing right now. Maybe one day I'll reach out to some more people or whatever. There's certain people, certain situations. I'm just not. This is already Ziggy's lane. I think Ziggy does say she's going to reach out to her. I'm hoping Ziggy does. I'm interested in more about the death of this lady. is what I'm saying. I don't want to pin nothing on nobody till I hear more. However, the details behind it and what we're hearing, to me, are quite alarming, to say the fucking least.
Just thank you for speaking like truth and not being, I don't know.
What did Bill tell you about anything? Like, has he ever mentioned Summer Wells to you?
Well,
Yes.
Here we go.
When there was one family member of his that whenever we would go visit them, they would talk about this case for hours. It seemed and unfortunately, I tuned a lot of it out, because
But you didn't know about it, really, did you?
No, and
about the guy that they're saying, is hanging up flyers for Summer Wells right now. Remember, that's who Nanna for Life is hanging out with and stuff. And Ryan's promoting all those losers, guys. We're the champions over here. That's why I wore this freaking shirt. Those people, the Ryans, Nanna for Life. Yeah. She hangs.
They had both told me about a couple of YouTube videos about her and told me that I should watch them. And I never have, and I still haven't watched those particular videos. And they never said why, other than that she looked so close.
Yeah. What did he think happened to her? What did he tell you? You can I know you told me in Messenger, but like for the F word, you could just say, I don't, if you accidentally say it, it's fine. It's just the context he used it in.
Yeah.
Talking about a child was concerning. But what did he tell you about what he believed happened to Summer?
What did Bill tell you?
That she drowned while her mother and a boy were having sex.
So that was his what he thought happened.
Yeah, he said that her mother had sex in exchange for drugs a lot, and that's what she was doing at that time.
Oh, wow. And didn't he say something to you about selling something about?
He had told the boy that he shouldn't be selling drugs to children up there in that hill.
That's why we're doing this video, because people obviously need a refresher. This guy is I'm telling you, I got you guys, if you knew the type of people you guys are freaking, I'm not saying you guys in particular, but that these people are promoting and that they're surrounding themselves with, if you guys knew, there's a reason why they're not showing themselves on camera. There's a reason why Nanna Life for Life won't come on camera. Her freaking YouTube was made a month after Summer Wells went missing. It's Summer Wells this, Summer Wells that. All her buddies are all the freaking druggies in the area. Every single one she mentions. The Glendas, Glenda.
I agree. I've spoken about Glenda many, many times, way before these people have. Her son or brother Archie, her son Brandon. I have questions. The games Karen Renfro plays, Glenda's bestie, Laura. Here's what's really fucking funny about this. Here's where I get mad at Ziggy and shit don't make sense to me. Laura moved in with Glenda as she sat on Ziggy's piano and said Glenda stole from her when she went to prison. I don't know if people are just trying to put shit on Brenda, but you also hear a lot about Pete Clark, who lived in the same area as Ziggy, very close to her, with Ernie Shell's Aunt Brenda. Benny's right when he says there's something to worry about when it comes to Ernie and it comes to the Pete and it comes to that. I mean, I just something eerie about that, considering it was Ziggy that brought them out and they both lived in Warsaw, Indiana at the same time. With a Ernie Shell connection, oddly. I heard it on Ziggy. I haven't seen Sherry in years. Well, Moonshine Girl, that's crazy. That's how you had to find out about your friend. That's sad. Okay. Um, but let's keep listening. I have questions about the whole Glenda shit. However, I have questions about that when it comes to Ziggy too. And also just tonight, which I'm not covering right now, but they mentioned Glenda when Tiffany went to have a cigarette. On Tiffany's panel, as her and Fred were sitting there talking about Brandon and Glenda. So that might be, if you didn't hear Tiffany's interview, at least go back to that part and listen.
That's definitely the Bills, the Shipleys. she was besties with Donna and Candace. Who else does she surround herself? The Gavel Geeks that promotes Andy Bernard. Are you guys not seeing what they're doing? They're purposely trying to paint a narrative. Why are they trying to get you guys to, like, why are they trying to paint Fred as one way that he's totally not? They're trying to paint Fred like he's like Bill Shipley. That's what they're trying to paint, but that's Bill Shipley. That the type of person that they talk about is Bill Shipley.
Now, see, I don't know because I had just said a little bit ago we don't hear a whole lot about Fred and domestic violence. However, if I remember correctly, Karen Elliott was in my chats and in my messenger, actually. Man, I gotta find all them fucking messages. They're on my community post. We seen it in a live not too long ago, but I'd have to go back 2 years. Do you know how much I've posted in 2 years? It'll take me 2 years to fucking find it. But if y'all want to scroll, go ahead. But Karen Elliott told me that Fred would kick Laura out, make Laura come back with rugs. Or I'm trying to remember what she said. But that Fred was abusive, extremely, extremely abusive to Laura. So I'd be really interested in hearing from Fred's first wife. Please keep in mind this is Fred's third almost marriage. The second one would have been common law with Laura, but he has another wife out there where he had a Habitat for Humanity home with his eldest child, Chastity Doss. The name Doss. That's interesting to me too. Her husband's his daughter. Her husband's a traveling preacher. He travels to Mount Carmel, where Chastity has written a recipe book with the church that Fred found at his rehab center. And it was Kismet. He brought it to Ziggy, and Ziggy thought she was a Beach Creek native. It's just a lot to unpack.
Not this make-believe Fred that they come up with. He is a scary dude, guys. Why do you think she was so scared? This is Bill Shipley's ex, Kelly. 2 years ago when we talked to her. the same, what, which AKA sometimes people call him Wild Bill. Crazy Bill, like Nanna for Life calls him. Her bestie, who she's hanging flyers up with.
Oh, okay.
So we need a refresher.
I wonder what kind of, did he tell you what kind of supposed drugs that were involved?
A weed, which
Weed.
I found kind of weird, because I just don't know too many people that do that in exchange for weed.
Right.
You know?
Right. That's usually, people usually don't do something like that for weed, but you know,
well, there's two Wild Bills. I plead the fifth. Oh gosh, they're both like have had close relationships with, and they're both similar and like as far as how good of people they are. So confusing the two Wild Bills is not that. I mean, they're pretty much like, one was in prison for murder and the other is being, you know, has their whole ex-in-laws accusing him of killing his ex-wife, and has had a horrible record. So they both have had close ties to Don Candace.
No, I've never looked up Bill Betten's record. However, he seems a little younger looking at his pictures. I don't know that he's ever been in jail for murder. That's something that I should probably look into. But looking at him and judging him and seeing his ex, Vicky Dykes, I don't know. I don't get that vibe from him. But I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong that he would do Grandis. Some people are sick. I don't know what to tell you. He doesn't look like the type to me that would be dating a Grandis. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, Bill Shipley? Yeah.
Bill, I don't know if I want to say, is it Bill Bitten, the one that suddenly ended up over at Fred's one day when those people were sneaking up on his property. Remember that story? Yeah, that was Bill Bitten.
Bill Bitten was the one that was seeing Grandis.
Yeah, he was supposedly seeing Grandis at one time. This one, Wild Bill Shipley, is a different one. He's the one that's now the reason why we're recovering him. They call him Crazy. So really crazy. So Bill Shipley, I guess, is really Crazy Bill, like Nanna for Life says. It seems like she knows him quite well. Because I wonder why you've been on a narrative since the very beginning, since a month after Summer Wells went missing. Actually, probably before that. It was probably all a plan for you to make this channel and a bunch of you guys to make channels and line together and repaint fucking reality and history.
This is about the time her interview with you was about the time that him and her had that big falling out and stuff, and she called a law and was getting restraining order stuff on him. Then he stole her car and went to Tennessee to Glenda Heads because I was there and he was discussing it all with me, everything.
Oh yeah, and Glenda Head, the one that Nanna for Life was asking for prayers, I guess, for the other day. Yeah. She's in that video with Brandon Clark. She's Brandon Clark's stepmom. She's in that video with JLR, guys. I don't think people, if you would know, if these people are playing right in your face. In a way, Jody Sue is right. They are absolutely playing in your face. The locals know.
Yeah, they know.
You know, she, that is her drug of choice, I guess, but, wow. So, Fred Hill told me something interesting last night, but you didn't, I don't think you had heard anything of this, that he was at one time, I know he has a son named Hunter himself, like, but it's not.
Bill came to me and talked about how easy he could knock Chad off and stuff because Chad was stepping on his toes and stuff. And I told Chad about it, and then Chad asked him about it, and he felt like he was joking, you see.
Oh, no.
How easy it would be to walk up a certain field right there into where Chad always said in the barn to shoot him in the back of the head and walk right back out. Nobody know nothing. Because
Yeah,
Chad
that's
was stepping on his toes.
and that's Chad Arnold that Fred's talking about, and we're talking. So
she wasn't hanging flowers with them. We hung a banner at his place. I'm confused, Chill Bill. Are you talking about? I thought that the fight happened at the tree lighting ceremony and he took the flyers down. I'm confused. I stepped away to go to the bathroom real quick. I take Bumex and it makes me run. I'm sorry, guys. Heart failure sucks. I wonder. You never know, Moonshine Girl. He might be. I don't know who those people are. I know that he dated Vicky. I know that Francis and Chad, he would have been Chad's brother-in-law. Chad Arnold's. Yeah. I know that Chad is mentioned by Linda Pizzaziazzo. I can't say her name. She's such a lovely lady. That's Crystal Spencer's mom. She has like this really great big Italian name. But we'll just call her Linda P. That'll be better. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, oh, gavel. I wanted to say too. I need a cigarette. Gavel and Krama. You hear Ziggy? I want to go to Ziggy's page a minute. I want to see if I can easily find this. Because Ziggy used to be really close to Gavel and all these people. And it's funny to me. I want to remind you why she originally got mad at them. Hold on. As you can see, Benny Key, Scott H., Gavel Geeks on panel, discussion on Summer Wells. 3 years ago, see you tonight on Gavel Geeks. Ziggy was on there. Let's review what Chase and Gavel and Adrian were saying about their trip to Beach Creek. Here's part of it, but hold on. Let me see if I can type in this. Here you go.
Out to people secretly, guys. I'm serious. This makes sense why certain people are treating me a certain way and why they're like that towards Fred. They're wanting to be a part of this documentary. It's disgusting. Think of what that's going to do to this case. If they put Andy out there like he's like this, like, hero, that's what they're trying to make him look like. Andy, you're pitching Andy as the good guy because I'm about to rant. Fred's laughing at me, but seriously, like you gotta laugh because it's so fucking disgusting. Like I am so disgusted, dude. I just got more confirmation on. So we're focusing on like Gavel Geeks, her buddy Adrian from Mama Sassy or whatever her name is. I guess Skilo, Andy Bernard. That's a few of them. That's the main ones that I'm focusing on. What would be the ultimate freaking tragedy pimp move to do? I think it's you guys are going to see everybody's motives are about to be blown out of the water. Everything's going to be making sense here in a second. This is so disgusting. I wonder if Gabblegeeks has any idea what kind of effect she could have possibly had on Summer Wells' case while trying to put out this confusion out there so it will look good for her Netflix little documentary that they're doing on Summer Wells. You guys have Andy Bernard helping you for this documentary. So you have to have Andy, you're pitching Andy as the good guy trying to help, which that's really Fred, but you're pitching it as Andy's this good guy trying to help when he's one of the fucking suspects, like one of the main people. So they're pitching this documentary, guys, to Netflix. And this is why. This is exactly why they have to make Andy look a certain way. They know. They've been told. They even interviewed another neighbor who even told them to their faces that they saw Andy on the road that day. And they're not even mentioning it. They're like, oh, we're just going to act like we didn't fucking hear it because this doesn't go along with our whole documentary we're pitching to Netflix. Yes, really. And I'm going to explain more of how they think that they're going to do this. Sorry, I'm just having to calm down. My adrenaline is like through the roof on this one.
So all throughout this hour and 22-minute live, Ziggy throws fit after fit after fit after fit because she's not included in their Netflix documentary anymore. She was supposed to be a part of it, and then they took Andy's side. Andy was already buddying up with Nanna for life. And then they all ganged up and they went to Six Up chat where Ellie Mae was, where they all remain BFFs. Just a refresher. Ziggy rode right alongside of these people till November 13th, 2024.
Talking about right now is the bill that freaking Nanna for Life and Ryan are promoting right now, and others in the community. Do not let these people rewrite what is truth. And also, make sure you guys show up at Tiffany's live tomorrow. It's going to be the live of the century because.
And see, he's the same one that was camping in Warriors Pass State Park, and a bunch of them got in a fight in the campground, and he was discharging that firearm and stuff in the campground, and he got caught with it. And then he tried to say it came from me when he stowed it up with Jason Arnold.
So yeah, it's like
about it.
Yeah.
I was looking at something, wasn't much paying attention. I'm going to go back just a little bit because I don't want to be on here longer than 2 hours. I put this on a little faster. No, I didn't. I'm going to speed it up to 1.5. I've already been on an hour and 8 minutes, and I do kind of want to. My hubby gets to go to work tomorrow a little late, so I want to spend a little bit of time with him the night before he goes to bed. So.
And that was the same time you talked about knocking Chad out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stories like that. Couldn't be Fred. You will never hear anything like that about Fred. Fred's never out to cause trouble like Crazy Bill. Yep, Laura did go live at Brandon's house, Lisa. That's true. But I'm glad she got away from that area, you know? I mean, we're not talking bad anything about Brandon Clark at all because, like, I don't know of him trying to, like, cause any type of confusion in the community. His stepmom or ex-stepmom, yeah, is. She's a big one behind this with Ryan, a.k.a. Glinda, the one, you know, Nanna asked for prayers for. She's big behind all this fucking confusion that's being caused big time.
I personally never seen Glenda out here, but when you see her housing Laura as Laura sits on Ziggy's panel, collecting money, lying from inside of Glenda's home, saying Glenda robbed her and that she's broke. She just got out of jail. Please, woe me, help me. I see a problem with that. When you see people like Linda P. stating Glenda had stole $9,000 worth of gas off of me. I spoke about that last night. I touched on it a lot. Worth the watch. When you see a Karen Renfro out here, much love and respect, and then coming to my chat and playing games with me. Crystal, please remember I love my mountain. Writing me, giving me information about Jennifer Satterfield, who was beat over the head, knocked unconscious and unalive, saying that David Britt did it at first, but then taking it back and, telling me she's Glenda Head's best friend. That's her people. Disappearing for no reason, making playlists. Now she's added me to it. But making playlists of Benny and showing Benny's divorce with his wedding ring. Saying how she has a crush on Benny, even though she knew Benny was married and she's a married woman. There's just a lot of weird shit that surrounds Glenda Head with other people here on the YouTube streets. However, she herself hasn't showed herself. I'd love to have a conversation with her and find out why it is Laura sat. Hey, Kylie. Why it is Laura sat in her home saying that Glenda robbed her. Okay, Chillbilly, wasn't a fight there. Okay, but Chillbilly, Jenkins reported on it a couple times that there was a fight at the tree lighting ceremony, decorating. And Nanna wasn't hanging flyers with Bill. Good to know. I missed that. I didn't even hear that. I must have stepped away. We put up a banner at Bill's place. Okay, that's odd. How did that come about? Dawn is just tearing down the ones he has to see all the time. But he has them on his own property. Chillbilly. That's odd. Okay.
Fred saw Brandon Clark on the day or the afternoon that Summer went missing. I guess that's somewhat of an alibi. It doesn't mean, we don't know exactly when, but he did see several people that afternoon, so he knows where some people were, and the police know that.
No, she left that out on Tiffany Marie, Ziggy. He would have, when he went to Glenda Head's, he would have seen Brandon. Because Fred says on June 15 now that he went to Glenda Head's on the 15th. You see, Glenda Head was Fred's people. Brandon Clark was Fred's people until Fred married Ziggy. So it's just odd to me.
That, and it was told to them, law enforcement knows Fred stopped by certain people's houses and that certain people were there. It's important for the police to know that. It helps with alibis, to confirm alibis. And Brandon was one of the people he saw. I don't think Brandon's suspicious really, but there's some people definitely around him that are not the one involved in the case.
No.
But Fred Hill said that he used to go around after Summer went missing, trying to say that Hunter was his.
He never said anything like that to me.
Yeah, so he never said he had a child with the mother of okay. Yeah, something. I don't know. Did he tell lies a lot or stories? I know he didn't know him too well, but
no, he definitely would tell stories that usually to to make himself look better.
Like one of the stories he goes around is going around telling people about me is that he saw me doing drugs up at the wells. You remember? And he told there were certain creators who started putting that out that I was doing drugs with the wells, and Bill Shipley was sitting there telling him that he had proof. Oh, guys, here we are, like a year later. I haven't seen any proof.
He did insinuate that Hunter was his son at one point. Bill Shipley did.
Yeah.
That's why he even made a Facebook of Hunter in his name.
Well, he has a son named Hunter, though. You know that, though, right? Hey, Rhiannon.
The same one that was with Candace when they was at.
Chill Billy, you think you could ask Jenkins to put the interview up with her Nanna again? I'd like to see what happened there. Because Ryan's reporting on it. I just don't have time to go through everything. Really all I'm waiting to get to, and I hope it's not at the end of this live, and unfortunately I think it is. We're only 30 minutes in. So I might have to come back with this in the morning. But the part I really want to get to here is the part about Chill Billy. I'm so sorry. Bill Shipley taking Summer by the hand. That's troublesome to me. And I also want to go over all the messages that Ziggy's reading between Miss Kelly and Bill Shipley, because that's also concerning to me. Like, I'm not looking at the Ziggy lies here. I'm calling them out, but I think that the things that this Kelly shows is more important than listening to what Ziggy has to say about Glenda Head. However, they're interesting points that need to be talked about, so I'm not going to skip through them, but it's making my live a little longer than I wanted it to be. So if I don't finish, we're going to go about another 45 minutes, and if I don't finish, then I will be back. I'm just going to leave this where it is, and this will be my next live, because I haven't had a chance to sit and go through all the other content I want to bring out. And I do have some content planned. I just need time to put it all together. So...
Everybody's name the same there, whatever. That could be a miss.
I'm trying to find some screenshots of the, for some reason I have to click every single one open. It's like, maybe if I go from what other questions?
Right.
Oh, wasn't somebody asked?
You feel right, and don't let anybody freaking try to make you. I mean, go with what your intuition tells you guys. Don't let these people freaking.
Isn't he a widower? Well, do you want to tell about that?
Yes. That would have been November 3rd of 2022. Sherry died. It turns out that they were not legally married, but they.
Sherry that she talks about is Bill's ex who died mysteriously, and he many of his ex-in-laws were very, very suspicious of him, and there was all kinds of back and forth on Facebook.
I mean, they've already mailed the hospital and everything the night that she passed away because he came to my house talking about it, and they was looking for her car as well. Her son had them looking for her car because he took it out of the parking lot at the hospital that night. That they run him out when he let her in a room or nothing around her or nothing because of what the law enforcement thought.
Is he a little small feller?
Yeah, he is.
He wants to say he's Wild Bill from Beach Creek now because everybody he wants to be something, but really he's not the Wild Bill. Wild Bill is Bill Benton, and he's Crazy Bill because he's crazy as fuck, like a lunatic. That's why. But I got confused, because I got him confused because they have similar nicknames. But the Bill we're talking about, actually, even though I have in this tile, maybe I should change it, but it has the last name right there. So.
But I would like for him to come forward and talk about why he got beat so bad and stuff, something better to do with Summer and who done it.
Yeah, he should tell that story.
Yeah,
Bill,
he should come out and tell that story.
The time that you got beat so bad because of Summer Wells, something to Summer Wells, and they left you in a ditch to die.
The second time he got beat was over the death of his wife. Sure.
I hope Fred elaborates on this. I missed this last link. The time Bill Shipley got beat so bad and left in a ditch because of Summer Wells. Is this about the time he went up there to get his paycheck? Who beat him? Is this after Summer went missing? What the fuck?
He's a bad alcoholic, or he was anyways. I can't say now. I can't say for positive, but he's acting crazy. He was just acting like a lunatic, and somebody's
cocky as hell. He thinks this shit don't stink to nobody. And at one point, the Virginia DCS was looking into him on some texts and stuff between him and my daughter.
Oh, some inappropriate text that he was sending Fred's daughter. Would you like to talk about that, Bill? Remember that? How old was your daughter? She's actually your stepdaughter.
Yeah, she's stepdaughter, but I don't think I was.
Because she's Laura's. But
What the fuck is going on down there that all these people have access to your stepdaughter, Fred? Because let's just say the name Andy Paul Morgan, a similar story. Odd.
Fred was like in her life since she was little, so but Bill was sending her inappropriate messages, and he was being investigated, like, because DCS found out about it because they were going through her messages, and they found these messages that Bill had been sending her. Yep, true story. Would you like to talk about that? Couldn't it be Fred? You'll never hear stuff about that, like Fred, ever. Nobody would ever have any type of proof, any type of anything.
That was the same time as that Andy Powell situation.
They were probably best buddies.
Thought that they were. They just didn't turn in the last paperwork, is what I'm told. I kind of wonder if he knew that he did that on purpose, but then it ended up biting him in the butt. Because, but he's under investigation for that. I don't know for certain that the case is still open. I know that back in August that it was still open, and he was the only suspect. They just and I don't know why.
As far as I know, neither Bill is RSO, as far as I know.
I can look them up in a second. I don't think they are, because I would have known by now. I'm sure I've looked them up before. I looked up everybody in that area, every single one, including Fred in the day.
Like Bill Shipley, I mean, it's been talked about he was bisexual and all that, and I would never thought that, I mean,
oh yeah, she talks about how he's or that he was hanging out with one of his best friends, a cross-dresser.
all different ways towards women and stuff. He thought another Ernie Shell with women,
Oh really? Sorry, Ernie.
They haven't either closed it or made an arrest.
So that's funny. This whole live Ziggy saying Fred never heard this. Fred never heard this. She hasn't mentioned it yet. But what she's talking about is her cousin. She's not talking about Bill Shipley being in love with some guy that's a cross-dresser. She's talking about her own relative.
I haven't talked to any officers about that at all, but
So
they wouldn't let him see her after she passed away. He wasn't invited to any services. He didn't get to make any.
Wow, isn't that what Fred just said? And Fred never, I don't think Fred ever seen this one. He just went outside to smoke, but no, but Fred would have been at the halfway house at this time, or no, not quite at the halfway house. So he was still locked in jail. So Fred never saw this ever. She just confirmed what Fred said.
Decisions. I mean, even, and it kind of alarms me that he wasn't allowed to see her body, because even if they weren't legally married, they were together for 6 years, and they lived together.
So,
I've heard you talk about it some, but not part of me watching what she's actually said.
Yep, that's why we're doing this. Decision made by the family,
and the coroner or whoever. It was just immediately they suspected something.
Didn't they rule it as an accident at first, though? Or
I really don't know. I wouldn't think so, because if he would have been able, I mean, even if he even tried for real to go see her, you would think that they would have let him.
Right. So,
and she was cremated, so there wouldn't have been no after. There's probably only one good examination.
Yeah, I'm pulling up thinking of which screenshot we should show first. They're all disturbing. Here, let's just grab one. He was really nervous. I guess that's no more the reason not to F with me, ain't it? You know how I am. Leave me the F alone. I'm telling you.
Out there to break him and Sherry up. Seemed like every week they was into it and stuff, and law enforcement was there.
There was always a domestic over there.
Domestic
He was always hitting on. Always in physical.
Tell me that she was high on meth and stuff at her daughter's house or something other, and fell through a block wall, knocked like 3 blocks out of the wall or something. And then she come home, had a big place on her head and stuff, and then she passed away the next morning or something like that.
So,
or had to go to the hospital. You had to call for ambulance and stuff.
He's told everybody different stories. It doesn't make sense. There should be just one story, which is the truth. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. The truth doesn't change. And your mom barely.
The whole time she was in hospital, that law enforcement wasn't letting her around her or nothing, in a room or nothing around her.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's saying right here.
From the time that, I mean, that's what Bill told me. I don't know, but Bill was telling me that they wouldn't let him.
Why did you know Bill so close?
Huh?
Or why did you know Bill so well?
He's family.
Oh, he's family?
Yeah, he's part of his family. Yep.
Was it because the drug scene like were around him or what?
Yeah. That's the only reason.
So now Shipley's family. How do you know Bill so well? Well, he's family. Oops. Somebody else connected to the land that they just searched. How is he family, Fred?
I was around him.
Because he seems like not like the type of person I would want to be around, to be honest.
That'd be the only reason I would go around him or anything. That we trade drug for drug. I'd always trade him a little bit of ice for a little bit of pot for a little.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah. And that's why you're believable and these people aren't, because you just tell it how it is and the truth. And, you know, you've been clean now. How long have you been clean now? Huh? Yeah. Because he was like the weed guy, right? Or he always had weed. Like, that's what he was into, really. Yeah. Well, he did meth too, obviously.
Well, he wasn't that much into meth. He more in weed.
Well, she claimed that he would get on that shit and like just act crazy.
Yeah.
Does he have tattoos? Yeah, she talks about him having a Playboy tattoo, just like freaking Candace has, guys. I don't know. Playboy? I don't know what that could symbolize exactly. I mean, I can't lie. I had a Playboy tattoo, but that was when I was like 18, and it didn't symbolize anything like these people. I really doubt it. Me alone before you push your butt. You don't want now to stop. I got mine covered up with flowers and something effing with me. What? You got what you want. I'm getting.
There's one little bit out again. A couple pictures of summer. That is Bill Shipley's dog that's in that picture.
Yeah, so that shows. Well, she tells stories of when he was around her, and you know, basically, yeah.
People sent me some pictures and asked if I knew his dog, certain dogs was in certain pictures and stuff. They kind of pinpoint whose place the house, so they could.
I'm getting this damn house. That's that. It's like I told you. I told your effing mama. F both of you bitches. Don't push me off of the wrong button. You know I'm an unstable motherfucker. You just admitted. So F you, Kelly. Wow. So he was trying to steal your house. Is that what he's saying right there?
Yeah, and I think that he meant to before he even met me. He thought that he was getting Sherry's place, and of course Bennett, for one, her place is located in a neighborhood that he wasn't allowed in because of his felonies.
Right.
And yeah,
they weren't really married. He didn't know that, right?
Right.
Didn't he think they were married? That him and Sherry were married?
He said that he thought that they were really married. Yeah.
Yeah, I should bring up what was her last name again? Sherry
Lane.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up her. It's interesting what you read on her Facebook. It sounds like the family believes. So guys, his ex-wife. I know a lot of people are lost, and you're gonna be if you don't know. His ex-wife, she passed from blunt force trauma, right? Is what they're saying.
I saw a picture of the death certificate, and that's what it says: blunt force trauma to the chest. And when I met him, and not only him, family members that I was introduced to, all talked about how she died from an overdose, from injecting heroin. And right. I was told that she didn't even have drugs in her system. She liked to drink. She didn't like to do drugs.
And these Facebook posts right here are actually him commenting on her Facebook after she passed, right?
Yeah, like and talking dirty to her kids and threatening her children as her. And I guess he was even sending them direct messages, using her Facebook account, and that's got to be.
So he's posting to her Facebook right here after, because what date did she pass away again?
November 3rd
of 2022, right?
Yeah.
This is November 15th, 2022, and here he is, just like, people are like, "Stop! You think this would make my mom happy? Bill, please stop. This isn't good for anyone." And then here,
basically, Bill was posting these horrible, like this woman had just passed away, and he's on her Facebook, logged into it, posting things that are like tormenting her family, just days after she passed, and getting into it and causing going back and forth and causing all kinds of problems in the family. I mean,
see, Bill was after the insurance money that she had.
Yeah.
That's why he got mad about, like, a day after she passed away and stuff. He got to checking into things, and they had been married, but where they didn't register the marriage certificate, it was invalid. And then he was mad because he couldn't collect that $170,000 life insurance and stuff. And that's one reason Sherry's son and him was into it and all that so much.
I think she gets into talking about that too here in a few.
Michael Johnson hit her
son. Yeah, that poor
And he
guy.
said, "You're fixing to bite off more than you can chew, you son of a bitch. I've been as patient as I can be, but you have pushed me past the breaking point. You bitch made son of a bitch. I'm right out the road from you, big boy. If you're really about what you talking about, come down to Cody's driveway. I'll show you what you ain't gonna do, bitch." So yeah, I think is this. So it says if that piece of shit would have kept his hands to yourself.
I can't remember where, but I've been hearing the name Cody Compton go around. If anybody knows, can you remind me in the chat? Was that somebody from Van Hill Road? Wasn't that? Didn't? Who's Cody? Hold on a minute. We're going to Ernie's channel a minute. Damn it. He took it down. Hold on, let me go to Ziggy. Wait, let me try something else. One month ago. Let me go to Benny real quick. Benny covered Ernie's. Oh my God, where did it go? So apparently people are removing stuff. Let me see if I saved it in Canva.
My mom wouldn't be dead now. So they're under the impression he did something, huh?
Yeah. She had and there's put somewhere on there on Facebook that she had finally he had done something that was the last straw for her, and she was hiding from him and hadn't seen him for 3 weeks. And my distant cousin actually somehow picked her up and drove her out there to Bill's camper. And I guess she talked on the phone to somebody on her way out there, and they told me that she, was nervous but was, healthy. She didn't fall down like Bill says.
Oh wow, that's right. They had it. So the day it happened, the day she passed, that's right. She had just gone out. It was Bill was there, wasn't he? Or wasn't he? Wasn't Bill there? That she had just saw him. She hadn't seen him for a few weeks, right? And went to go see him, and then she passes.
My cousin took her to Bill's house.
Person she's talking about is I believe the crossdresser, who is Bill's best friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so here they get into the cross-dresser. I cannot find anywhere. Everybody, I'm looked. I thought I downloaded it. I know damn well. That Benny had come, not Benny, Ernie had come out after the search at Van Hill Road and brought that guy with the tattoos and everything all over him. Let me go try Ziggy. I didn't do that. This is going to drive me crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering shit. Hold on. New search. Did they find anything? Fred and Ziggy discuss on the lodge. I can't find it, but somebody please tell me it wasn't that long ago that they searched Van Hill Road and Ernie had come out with the Cody Compton information right about the time that Benny had come back to YouTube. So Benny was covering it too. For some reason, it all fucking disappeared. But there was a man named Cody that lived on Van Hill, and they were just speaking about the end of Cody's driveway. So I thought that it would be important to listen to it again, but apparently everybody took the damn content down. Nice going, guys. Wonder why that is.
It's almost like she was almost made to go. And within 3 hours, they the ambulance was called. Yeah,
Wow.
and his camper is pretty far out there. It's literally the last place on the left on a hill filled with family members, and
wow.
There's nobody out there.
Wow. So she hadn't seen him for 3 weeks. Goes this, your cousin goes out to take because you think the cousin was working with him though, don't you? Don't you think the cousin and him were like had something going on or something?
There's something definitely weird there. Yes.
Yeah. And so she drove, and this is how and the same cousin introduced you to Bill, didn't she?
Yeah, yes. And also said that she also told me that Sherry's death was from an overdose.
Wow. Wow. So she lied to you. She lied. Wow. That is so crazy to me. It's almost like they were working together to try to get money out of you or something.
Right.
Or some kind of, because he was trying to take that house from you after you guys hadn't even, before you got married, you'd only been seeing each other for a very short time. So, and he just thought all of a sudden he thought he married you, and he thought all of a sudden he owned you after that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Even here it says, Billy, you can stop trying to change the password because it's not going to happen. I made sure of that. I'm getting the Facebook code. So I guess that must be one of his kids because
he never let anybody touch that phone. And her daughter said that she believed that there was something on there. I don't know.
My internet just did something really weird. It wouldn't allow me to post something. Can you guys hear me? Is it back on?
Yeah, it went out for a second.
My live went out for a second. I don't know what our weather is right now. It's 5 degrees, cold weather advisory. I don't know if we're getting fucking snow and wind. Could be. I don't know why my internet went out. But you hear here, all they're talking about, I got to get off here for now. My hubby is calling me. Hope to hear good news about my mother-in-law. I'll keep her in my prayers, Jamie. I'm so sorry to hear, and I'm so sorry about her second fall. Let's hope they can get it under control and find out why she's falling. But I'll definitely keep her in my prayers for you, honey, okay? But anyways, what we're hearing here is this lady's telling Ziggy, and you hear in these messages, all Bill Shipley's telling this lady Kelly is, your house is mine, your house is mine. I'm taking your house, your house, your house. But what's really strange about this is Ziggy's reporting that Kelly and Bill only knew each other for a couple of days before they got married. So this lady just marries a stranger. Yes, Moonshine Girl. And was you in here earlier when I had said they were talking about your friend Lane, Brittany Lane? That's who we're talking. They're reading the messages now, but this is just, you're welcome, honey. It's just crazy to me the amount of anger he has over this woman's property that she owned prior to ever meeting this man. Like, that is crazy thinking, the way he's writing her, in my opinion.
Why he held on to it must have been, for sickness,
probably.
Because if it would have been me, I would just, burnt that thing. But he had it in his hand all the time.
Wow. Thank you, Giselle, so much. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate that so much. So it says, wow, the disrespect you have for my recently dead mother who died not even 2 weeks ago blows my mind. So this was November 14th, 2022. You said she died early November. What was it, 3rd, I think you said? Or
yeah.
If losing your mother unexpectedly isn't bad enough to get on her Facebook, and the man that claims to have loved her, the man I know she loved is on her Facebook trying to pick up women.
Something else we're going to hear. I don't know if it's in this part. One of the Cody Compton's dad died a week or so ago. Yeah, Moonshine, that's what I was saying. And they took down all of that content, and they was a neighbor on Van Hill Road where they just did that search. So that's odd to me that we just heard her say Bill met somebody at the end of Cody's driveway. I'd like to know if it's the same fucking Cody. But what was I just gonna say? I forget. I lost my train of thought.
Ew. You what's up? No. Had me fooled, Billy. I really thought you
No, we're gonna hear Fred say that Bill Shipley was like hitting on his mother or somebody's mother or something, and it's really fucking odd. And we're also gonna hear, oh, was that in this interview? No, actually, it's in Tiffany's. I'm gonna keep that one to myself for right now. I almost messed up. Ooh, okay.
was struggling like the rest of us. Now I see you not only blame me and my brother of killing her, but you also have not had any kind of respect for her. Truth to be told, you killed her. She died from a broken heart. Hope you sleep well knowing you took our mother away and had the audacity to be begging females on her account to get with you. I question my mom's judgment at this point because we have always known you wasn't shit. Congratulations on being the worst person I know. And I know some shitty people. We loved you, Mom, and now we see it wasn't in your head. Rest in peace because you deserve it. I see your life was hell before you passed. As for you, Billy Shipley, I hope you have
He made everybody think that she was crazy and that she would try to tell him like how Bill was and nobody would listen to her.
life you deserve. Wow. So they actually turned on her and thought she was like when she said that she
Huh?
There's one we may just reach out to.
Yep. Yep, there's one that would probably love to talk.
One he was with for a long time.
Yep. Bill, you know who that is.
He tried to kill him anyhow.
Would you think she'd talk or do you think she'd be scared because of how crazy he is? Huh? Do you think she'd be scared?
I don't know. She might be because he's still in the area. Still in the area.
To me, it don't sound like she's scared. She goes right onto his Facebook and says shit. I think it would be wise to reach out to her, Ziggy. I usually don't say things like that, but some of the things that this lady's saying Bill did when it comes to Summer scares the fuck out of me. And I'd like to know if she's talked to TBI. And if they really do suspect this guy still. This was after Summer went missing. Not before, after.
Because I've already got a contact on Monday. We're contacting the notary who was over that whole fraudulent document that your sister filed over 165. So maybe we could just make it a double dipper and contact also Bill Shipley's ex.
Oh, she's a killer.
Yeah. When did she like to do an interview?
he was being abusive to her.
Great guy, guys.
Her own kids didn't.
Yeah, but I don't
her,
think for very long.
And she'll verify everything that he was texting Destiny and stuff. My daughter, because she thought Destiny was texting him a bunch of shit first. A lot of shit went down around that time. He was texting a lot of young girls and stuff, and their parents are texting back, threatening him all kinds of stuff because he was texting all them young girls were saying all different types of stuff.
Never could be Fred.
So he said Shipley was often known for texting young girls and hitting on them, and people would be mad. They didn't want him around their daughters.
Right.
There's I told a story. After my puppy died is when I finally started looking at this stuff. But when I first got with him, I knew there had to be hurt feelings with her friends and family and stuff like that, because she'd only been gone a few months when we started seeing each other, and I didn't want no preconceived thing, I wanted to go in with an open mind. And after my puppy died, weirdly, I looked on there and reached out, and I guess he killed their family dog, and he locked it.
Fred goes on a little bit about this. Pay attention to what he says. But you hear that Shipley was an animal abuser and that he would often use the animals as leverage against his victims, his girlfriends, his wives, and he would hold the animals hostage. And she believes that one of her animals was unalived by Shipley in a DV situation. And one of his ex-wives' his ex-wives' animals as well.
In a car in the summer for 2 days and then burned it.
He burned the car?
The dog.
Oh, he left the car. He left the dog in the car in a closed vehicle
For 2 days in the summer with no water. And then threw it in the fire.
And threw it in a fire. What'd you say about fire?
He threw the dog in the fire.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So he burned the dog.
It's crazy, Bill. He's just crazy, isn't he, guys? Oh, he may be a little crazy. Might be a little crazy. Oh, if we would have listened to Fred and Ziggy. No, you're not listening to anything to do with anything with me. We're listening from other people who have experiences from him. We're seeing screenshots from his own, like, messages from his own mouth, his own writing. Stop trying to fucking gaslight. Yeah, exactly. That's like a sociopath or something, like a psychopath. Exactly. Anybody, like, how can you put an innocent animal in a hot car with no water in the summer and torture it to death? An innocent animal. What Kelly's getting at here is that she had a puppy that she absolutely adored that mysteriously passed away, that she was convinced Bill did something to. And then especially after, hearing these stories, about how that's how vindictive this guy is. That's what he does. He hurts innocent animals, innocent people, to try to get, if he doesn't get his way. Like, he's a vindictive piece of shit. Hey, hair curlers. After it was dead.
I hope it was dead.
Wow. Well, so you really don't know. Wow. Oh my God. And whose dog was this? That was his ex-wife?
Yeah.
So,
and at that point she was too scared to go anywhere.
Did your dog end up dead?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was rat poison.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was sick for 4 days before he just finally passed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, someone should lock him in the car in the hot summer, right, Tanya? So this is why you guys see why now, like, she feels like now, like, even Fred told me he didn't know if I should do this.
You know what's really odd about that statement is that we know he's in the holler all the time. But I swear, in the past, we've heard Candace, Fred, Jody Sue, and Dawn, as well as Andy, state that there have been dogs mysteriously poisoned in the holler.
Guys, like he's never said something like that. I think Fred thinks this guy's dangerous. Fred, he knows. He knows of. Yeah, Billy Shipley has threatened a lot of people. According to Fred Hill, did he ever talk to you about Fred Hill or anything?
I recognize the name, and a lot of names that I've heard on your show. I've watched a few episodes, and a lot of names will like. But like I said, when they were talking about a lot of these things, I would often tune out and do my own thing on my phone or whatever. And
right.
So
because you didn't know the case, right? You don't really follow the case too much, or I mean, do you now, or did you? What's it now that you know about it, or
January 17th, 20,
like before you dated them, did you know anything of it?
No. This is when Fred was in jail at this point, and Ryan's all doing his live saying, "Oh, because Fred and Ziggy, he just thought this Bill guy was so scary." He goes, "Oh, I was terrified."
But what makes Bill so dangerous is he won't come to your face with the issue. He'll sneak around, he'll strike a match on your house, or he'll kill your animals, or do something to your vehicle, or sit somewhere and wait till you go by and shoot you, or whatever. He won't just come straight to you and do anything.
Yeah, he's a vindictive, sneaky. Yep.
That's what makes him.
He'll kill your animals. He's sneaky. He'll do something behind your back. That's what makes Bill so dangerous.
And that's called a psychopath.
That's
because
how he got by with a lot of the bullshit he has done in the past.
I mean, talking about how he'd go up behind somebody and sneak up behind him like Chad.
Yeah.
And sneak up behind him, shooting him in the back of the head, he's a coward. And that's how all those people out there are. They're fucking, not all of them, a lot of that group, That's how they are.
Did I miss something? Fred did tell a story at the beginning about Chad. I must have missed it, but he just literally said that Chad was shot in the head by Bill Shipley. Is that what I just heard? Well, Chad's still alive. Fred, could you elaborate on that a little bit?
They won't come up to you. Same way Don Wells is, his buddy. Same way that other Bill is, from what I hear. Just like how Bill Benton, they used Bill Benton, this whole group that snuck on Fred's property, who I believe were YouTubers that are Nanna's buddies, and I kind of wonder if she was behind that whole thing and knows something about it, because she talks about carrying a gun and being this this badass that carries a gun. Well, isn't it kind of a coinky dink that one of the people who snuck on the property had a gun? The person that got hit when they freaking fell, a gun went off, and somebody could have freaking got killed. Isn't that kind of interesting? Yeah, these people. Why do you guys think that Nanna hides behind, like, we don't know who she
Bill Benton, who was on the hill. Ziggy, was that in reference to the night that the hoax call was made where Bill Benton, I just spoke about it last night while you were live, where Fred had said Bill Benton had gone up to the hill to fight Don Wells. Shipley was there? Is that what you're saying? You really need to elaborate on the shit you're saying. Was that after Summer went missing? Ziggy? She literally just said he shot him in the back of the head. I'm going to go back a minute.
these people. Why do you guys think that Nanna hides behind, like, we don't know who she really is? Like, it wouldn't be hard to figure out who she is if she claims her family owns a campground and all that shit. I mean, she's been at these events supposedly, so people have seen who she is.
Maybe I need to get on the phone and contact a few locals that's got her on Facebook and stuff that don't even bother on Wells' page.
Yeah.
There's a couple I've seen that she's friends with.
I mean, she's terrorized Fred. She goes in all these groups. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. She's gone in all these groups. She's been big part of behind the scenes fuckery for years now. I've seen her little messages that people have screenshotted to me and shown me the stuff that she's saying about Fred. Well, having this anonymity, trying to cause confusion, teaming up with people. How can you paint this picture of Fred but be buddies with people like this, like Kelly is describing? And there's plenty more people out there that we could get proof about this character. Bill knows that. He knows that he knows that. He has the horrible background and history, guys. There's plenty more people out there that would speak on this. Couldn't you, and have proof of it too. Anybody can come on here and make up stories like Nanna for Life does about Fred, or say that Fred's a liar, but has zero to back it. Anybody could do that. I might have on here on this one because the threats have been. I know. Yeah. And that Nanna for Life. I mean, I see her stalking my freaking TikTok. Like, dude, get a life. Like, you hang out with. What are you doing? What are you? You guys are completely trying to sit there and act like you're these good people in this community that are really just out for Summer Wells. That's your mask. That's your mask. Behind that mask, you are behind the scenes causing so much fuckery and confusion on purpose. And we know that for a fact because I know Fred. I've witnessed him. And I know what he's saying to be true. I know that. But you guys know the public doesn't know that. And you guys are using that to your advantage. And you are purposely trying to fuck with our lives in order to cover for these other people who are probably involved, because what other reason are you doing it? Yes, it is the same one, hair curlers. That's the Bill Nanna for Life was talking about the other night on GG's. Yes, it is. And that's why we're doing this recap, because people need to put 2 and 2 together. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jamie. But hair curlers and crime? Yes, it is. Definitely prayers for Jamie's mother-in-law. Rhiannon is also definitely going through it, guys. She had a very big scare, and I'm not going to tell her business, but she had a definitely serious scare with her son, and it was very bad. And
did I not go back far enough? I don't know. Maybe I missed it. I'm not going to go back again. We'll do it again tomorrow, or I'll cut through it. But I'm pretty sure she said dude pewed Chad Arnold in the head. I don't know how I missed it. I did go back, but I don't know. Okay. Rhiannon, I pray for your son. Ziggy's been talking about him for a couple weeks now. I don't know what happened, but I don't know who you are, but I hope your son's okay. I hate to hear anybody's children are in need of prayer for something that's health wise.
Still in the hospital, but things are looking up, so that's definitely positive. So I think a lot of people right now, for some reason, I don't know what's in, let's say, like, I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to all the astrological stuff going. I really haven't, whatever, if there's some kind of retrograde or whatever, or when the full moon is, but it definitely feels like a lot of people are going through it, but nobody more than Tiffany. I mean, Tiffany right now, and I pray, Rhiannon's situation is pretty scary too. I can't lie. So yes, that's why I'm doing this, guys. I pulled away. I told you I'm not going to be on here like I'm only going to come on here when I feel like something's really important. And this is important because for some reason, I don't know what, I can only freaking speculate on the reason behind why this group is doing this stuff. And I hate when the only thing that bothers me, the stuff JC always like lumps me into these people. JC, I'm not working behind the scenes with these people. I don't like them. Any of them. Why? Stop lumping me in with them. It's cool they don't like us because I freaking, because of the whole Andy on the road thing. But stop saying I'm like working with these people. That is absolutely not true. I cannot stand these people at all.
Jody has a habit of doing that, but Ziggy, I do believe you were working with these people prior to them trying to make a Netflix documentary. And on this note, I'm going to end tonight because we are almost at the 2-hour mark here, and it's after midnight, and I told you guys I'm tired. So, I'm going to go back and listen to that. She probably did say Bill threatened him. Moonshine Girl, I'm not going to argue with you about it. I believe you. I didn't go back far enough. I also want to look up the Cody Compton shit because I need to find something about that. I hope Benny will at least put his information back out on that since it was mentioned in Ziggy's live. But odd that they mentioned that. Oh, so now I see why the brother to Bill Shipley's wife wrote what she did. Now how Jankies and Ryan uplifting Nanna. Yeah, Glenview, it's crazy. Like, and not just that, but Fred's sister, Karen, like, who literally has been, I've caught in her myself lying. Aw, I hope you feel better, Glenn. I'm sorry. You just got up. What time is it where you're at? I got up at like 1 or 2 today. But I went to bed. You guys know I was live almost all night. I had a really long live last night. My last 3 lives have been long, so I'm a little tired. I guess I want to listen to music. I guess I'm a little restless. I need a little break here. I hope you feel better. I really do. But I'm going to end this here. I'm going to leave this live up, and when I wake up tomorrow, I'm just going to continue here. I really don't, I have a lot of other stuff I want to cover. However, I want to give it, most of it just from the last day or two. And I got to go through it again. I don't want to come up here and nearly 100, what, your temperature? Oh my. Oh, nearly 1 o'clock. Holy cow, Glenview, you're going to be up all night. That's what it is here, too. All right, guys, but I'm going to go. You get the drift. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to leave this live right where it is, and it'll be the first thing I do tomorrow. Nanna's dad owns the campground. Yeah, Glenview, I'm wondering, is it the campground that Jamie Wilson got kicked out of? That's what I'm really fucking curious about. Was TT there? Because Nanna really loves TT now. And that's odd to me because TT was very mad about that. It's in my messages with her. So I'm curious to know, is it the same campground that's by the Horse Pond? All right, guys. On that note, I'm going to go. Pesamore. Peace and love. Smoke them if you got them before you go to bed tonight. Relax. And well, I will see you tomorrow. Give my live a thumbs up. Good night.